What is up? This is Kyle with Free Speech Geek. This video is just a quick snippet from our latest podcast, FSG Weekly. If you like this video, be sure to give it a like and be sure to visit freespeechgeek.com for the latest con news. Now let's get into this. What is up, everyone? My name is Kyle. I'm with Free Speech Geek. This is FSG Weekly. We still need a better name. We are working on it. I'm with Adam. I'm with Steven, but we also have a guest today. We have the co-host of the XReads Podcast, as well as the co-founder of Uncanny Experience. Guys, we got Chris Riley in the house. Chris, how's it going?
It is going awesome. I'm so happy to be here. Hello, fellow nerds.
And you just got back from a little small event called Comic-Con, right? It's tiny, right? Not huge or anything, just
this is
local.
Fun, you know. I'm hoping it gets off ground at some point. San Diego, It's the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It really is. And so if you don't know, Chris hosts a panel every year at Comic-Con, as well as other panels in the SoCal area. It's the X-Men fandom panel. And boy, does the guests that Chris brings, along with his co-host Chandler, you guys bring in like some of the most incredible guests. One thing I just want to just ask, what do you do? How do you approach when you are bringing together a panel or maybe people for your podcast? How do you approach getting a guest?
Well, particularly in the geek space, I kind of feel as if people are very open and willing to be on a podcast and promote their work and, you know, participate in panels when they're at conventions, because it's a great way to connect with fans. But I think, you know, the number one way that Chandler and I have been able to get some of the most amazing names in the industry to be a part of these things is because, you know, we network, we become friends with them, we become friends with their friends, and, you know, one thing leads to another, and by osmosis, you know, all of a sudden we have a lot of people in our network throughout the years. You know, I kind of feel like things changed for me over time. You know, when I first started out in the geek scene in the pop culture convention circuit, you know, my network of friends and network of professionals that I worked with was all in the LGBT queer space, which is wonderful and beautiful. And now, like Taylor Swift, I'm on my Eras tour, and I'm currently in a stage in my life where I'm in my X-Men era. And so most of the people that, you know, I've been meeting and working with have been involved with the X-Men fandom. And that's kind of been like that since before the pandemic, I guess, when we started our X-Men XReads Experience podcast. I would say that the fan reception for the X-Men fandom panel was very fulfilling emotionally for people. You know, the panelists, they really got deep with their responses. And, you know, the particular questions that we asked, it really hit home. A lot of the times as panel moderators, we kind of get into this position where we have to ask the general questions. How was your audition process and all this kind of stuff? For me, I really wanted to connect with them on how they're connecting with fans and how they're impacting the lives of so many. So each of them got to share their experiences with that. So after the panel, oh man, I got to say, for me personally, like it was like a fever dream, because it was the most beautiful panel that I've ever been involved with. And I'm just looking up at my best friend who I'm co-moderating with while I'm on stage, and I'm looking at him going, is this real? Is this really happening? Are we standing in front of 2,000 people? And to my left are my childhood heroes and the heroes that voice the characters. I think that everybody kind of felt that in the room, that it is the best time on the planet, in the universe right now, to be an X-Men fan, with everything that's going on and with the success of X-Men 97 and the show, and even in Wolverine and Deadpool, you know, spoiler alert, you know, like it's great to be an X-Men fan right now and to feel the love from everybody in the room. And my favorite part was just, I wanted to acknowledge the cast. The fan response to that panel was astronomically, amazingly cathartic and beautiful. I just feel so honored and blessed to have been able to participate and facilitate that.
Let's talk a little bit about Uncanny Experience. So we produced this last year for last year's Uncanny Experience. So let's check this out real quick.
Strange and powerful forces are attracting people to the Uncanny Experience. It's the ultimate mutant fan convention. you could win a 2-night stay inside the legendary X Mansion. Be immersed in X fandom with celebrity meet and greets, panels, vendors, cosplay, and more. Grab your tickets now before this prize disappears.
Oh, I'll wrap that up.
So that was for a raffle for last year's event. I just wanted to bring that up because I love that shoot, but I was very nervous going in. I was like, do I have to talk to people? I don't want to direct. And Chandler was doing a lot of handling of a lot of the people, but you stepped in and you just took the reins of directing. And I just want to thank you for that because that took a lot of weight off of my belt for one. And two, you were just a natural director. You knew exactly what you wanted and how you wanted it. So that was amazing. I was curious, just like the process that you went through while we were making this.
Well, first off, thank you for making that because you knocked it out of the park, bro.
Yeah.
What you were seeing was we made a commercial advertisement for our sweepstakes where you could win a 2-night stay in the X Mansion because the mansion that we use is the Minneapolis Club and it actually has 10 hotel rooms within the mansion. So you could have won a 2-night stay. And this commercial, I loved putting it together because it was an homage to the original Pizza Hut commercials for the X-Men. Do you guys remember this?
Yeah.
Strange and powerful forces are attracting people to Pizza Hut.
And I wanted to just, really hit up on that nostalgia. And, when I was talking to Chandler about it, I was just like, dude, let's do the pizza commercial. What? Are you kidding? Yeah, no, we're doing it. We're doing the superpowers. We're epic. And I love to throw Easter eggs into things if I'm, producing video content.
But let's talk about the Uncanny Experience. It is a new, I don't want to call it a convention. I don't want to call it it is an experience. I guess that's the best word to explain it.
We provide the opportunity for you to live your mutant fantasy. When you step through those front doors, you will feel like a student at Xavier's Institute. And, it depends on your level of commitment to it. You can either just be the regular con goer that wants to go to the vendor hall, watch a cosplay contest, see the celebrity panels, or you can go to our school store and gear up into a wonderful uniform. And all of our school uniform items are really cool. We have Letterman jackets. We have house items. It's kind of like a take on Harry Potter houses or Game of Thrones houses. Mm-hmm. And for our universe, we have House Morlock and House Xavier, House Pride, and House Hellfire. And we have fashion items for each of them. So you can have the normal school uniform or not. But the coolest thing is that when you walk through the X Mansion, we have, our official cosplay guests that are walking around in character, so you can interact with them, get information from them. You could participate in interactive games like the Mystery in the Mansion and so forth and so on. And even the classes are taught by expert cosplayers and podcast hosts in cosplay as the characters. So you can go to class taught by Kitty Pryde. You can go to a class taught by Nightcrawler. So it's really, it's a hybrid. It's a hybrid of a convention and an immersion experience.
One final question I want to ask, Chris. If there's someone out there that's passionate, they want to make their fandom their life, right? They want to turn it into something that they can monetize, turn it into a business. What are some steps that they could take? What are some actionable steps that they could take to make this happen, to make the small steps towards making this happen?
I would say step number one is find your community. Go to panels, go to events, go to specific fan events, because that's where you're going to connect with people that share your love and share your passion. And, as you talk to people, the universe will connect the dots. If you're passionate about a project, the universe will put people in your path to help make it come real, make it come true. I think that the success that I've experienced in life was highly due to the allies that I've met along the way. Our stories, all of our lives are just stories, a collection of memories. And the hero's journey, if you study that as far as writing goes, you can kind of see the reflection of art and entertainment in our own lives. So when I look at my journey, I see the allies that, the conflict I've experienced and how I wanted to overcome that, and the allies that I gathered along the way on the path. I am so grateful to.
I mean, I think you nailed it. It's like, don't reject that call to adventure. Like
Yes.
when that opportunity to hit the nightclub in Vegas and get conscripted into a dance battle happens, do not say no. Let it happen. Like
And you know what? The universe works in mysterious ways. Be open, be authentic, help people. People will help you back. You know, we are all human on this planet. You know, we're all just specks of dust, and we're all only here for a limited time. So follow your passions, follow your dreams, and there's success. It does happen. There are examples out there, especially that in this particular market right now, where people are wanting to go out of their houses. They want something different. They want to really be within, you know, their own fictional world and celebrate that. If you have a fandom and you're passionate about it, there are avenues to create businesses